Hi everyone, I am Mide Dixon, an instructor here at Inkseed Hub, and today we are starting a series, and this series is to help you understand and learn the fast rising and one of the most used programming language in the tech space. I'm talking about the Python programming language. On this journey, we are going to be going through the basics of Python. You would understand how to write programs and how to give instructions to your computer to perform tasks that you would manually do by yourself. And it's going to be very interesting because there's a lot of automation. You actually be coding. Yes, you've always wanted to code and you will code Python. So let's head right into it. Right, welcome back. Right, so we are heading straight into understanding Python language, and I just want to take you through some, little theories and things you should know about Python. So, when was Python created? Python was created in 1991, and it was created by Guido van Rossum, is the creator of Python, and yes, he is still very much alive and he's with us, and he has continued to do amazing things with Python. And we all appreciate what Python has grown into, and we appreciate the founder for giving us a wonderful gift. So moving forward, Python is a very good programming language, and when it comes to beginners, Python is one of the most beginner-friendly languages, and we use that to teach people programming because the syntax is very, very English-like. And Guido van Rossum did this because coding generally, had a lot of syntax, things you should memorize, different words that just came from nowhere. But what Python does is that Python now brings all these syntax and turns them into basic English that we can understand. I'm talking about English like if, English like where, English like which, English like for, English like from. So all this English like syntax, I've made it easier for beginners to learn Python and to understand the concept of programming as a whole. Now, let's go into the technical details, right? Python is what we call, is one of the languages we call high level language. There are various types of languages. There's the assembly, there's the low-level language, there's the high-level language. The low-level language is the language that communicates with your machine, something like assembly and things like that. But the high-level language are languages that have, that look more like English language that human beings can read, understand, and communicate directly with the computer with. So Python is one of those high-level languages, and you might have heard some other languages, in your programming journey. You might have heard of Java, C++, PHP, JavaScript, one of the most popular ones. So Python is, is within those range of languages. We call it the high-level language. All right, so let's go into more details. Let's actually see some code, right? So you're seeing something on your screen right now, and this is a Python code. This is an example of a Python code. And you might be wondering, what is going on here? What is this? Yeah, it may look a little bit confusing, but then if you can see it, like I said, Python is very much like English. So definitely you can understand some things. And let's do a little bit of walk through this code, right? There's spam amount is equal to 0, and then we're printing spam amount. And then there's this hash sign, and then there's ordering spam, egg, spam. What is even happening here? Then it says again that spam amount is equal to spam amount plus 4, and a lot of other things here. And you can see the if condition, you can see the print condition, and you can see all of these things in the code. Now, I want to leave this code here for about 10 seconds. What do you think this code will do if you run it on your computer? Just think about it. So, what did you get? You can leave it in the comment section. Let me know what you got as the output of your code. Well, if you were wondering, this is the output of the code. All right. So, that's a little experience of what Python looks like. Python is very amazing. It's very beautiful. You can see the different syntax colors, and, These things help us understand what different things that we write, what they mean, what they do, and how to understand our code better. Moving along, we're going to understand, why do we use Python as a programming language? Why don't we use Java or PHP or C++? There's always an argument of that there's no best programming language. Let's take a look at a few of these reasons why Python is, one of the programming languages that a lot of companies use. So first, like I said earlier, Python is very, very beginner friendly. So yes, Python is beginner friendly. If you start programming today, you can actually learn, you can make very good progress if you start learning Python today, like right now. That's how beginner friendly Python is. It helps you learn programming very fast. So another thing is code quality. Python's code quality is top notch because, it reduces all the amount of bugs you should have. It reduces, the amount of code you should write. Something that you write in Java that takes about 20 lines of code in Python will probably take like 5 or 6 lines. So lesser amount of code help you check for errors, and then eventually you have efficient and quality code. Moving on, Python improves the productivity of programmers. Previously, I said Python enhances code quality. So definitely, if your code is quality, then your productivity is top-notch because you spend less time looking for bugs and trying to debug and things like that. So practically, Python really helps you to do stuff like that. Moving on, Python is also cross-platform. What we call cross-platform is something that can run the same way on different platforms. By platforms, and in the tech space, when we talk about platform, we're talking about operating systems. So we're talking about operating systems like the Windows operating system, the Linux, the Android, the Mac OS, the iOS, the CentOS, any kind of operating system at all. Whatever code you write in Python does the exact same thing. That is how beautiful Python is. So it is cross-platform, one code, different sources. The next advantage of Python is the extensive library. Yeah, Python has a very extensive library. By extensive library, I mean there are a lot of built-in tools that you can use right there in Python. Python has a lot of tools, there's NumPy, there's Panda, there's a lot of things you can use to achieve a lot of tasks very, very fast. And with this, you can do many things with lesser code and in short period of time. And this takes us back to the point where I said Python improves programmer productivity, short code, less time, less bugs. Those are the advantages of Python generally. I mean, Python is actually very, very cool. And the last reason why a lot of people use Python is that Python is general. It is very, very, very versatile. I mean, you can use Python in IoT. You can use Python in artificial intelligence. You can use Python in data science. You can use Python on the web. You can use Python to build desktop apps. You can use Python for a whole lot of things. So definitely, Python is a very robust tool. A lot of people will use Python to do a lot of things, and a lot of companies are investing into the Python tool. They're training their programmers to use Python. They're hiring more Python developers by the day, and the growth of Python is continuing to increase on and on and on. I hope that in this series, you also get to become one of those people that a new company would hire to build an amazing Python project for them, because I am about to take you on a journey to build you as a Python programmer.